Welcome to Paytrade Screener demo. Screener has multiple tabs. Dashboard is the live section where in the live market, this page would be refreshed every 1 minute and all the calculations are up to date up to the last 1 minute. And the EOD is the end of the day section where all the calculations are done at the end of the day. So if you see here, the end of the day data is like last calculated on 14th May. In the OD section, we have a left panel where we have all kinds of filters are available, like correlation is so much. So anything which is above 0.7 correlation only are displayed here. With anything which is above 1 standard deviation only we are considering. Suppose you are going to enter only 3 standard deviation in 2.7. So I could just say 2 is the minimum. So only the pairs which are above 2 standard deviation only are displayed. One will display all the pairs which are above 1 standard deviation. Similarly, you could use the search box, say SBIN and say go. So all the pair combinations with SBIN would be displayed. You can also observe that there is a stars displayed here. This is the gold star. So the pair is being rated as a gold depending upon the returns it has given in the previous occasions. So this is the gold rated, this is the bronze rated, and this is the silver rated. And some pairs are not rated. That means we need to be a little careful while taking those pairs and we need to see the data, then only we have to take an entry. You could use the sectors option also. I could just click on the cement sector, for example. So all the cement sector pairs are displayed here. I could use pharma. So all the pharma combinations are displayed here. So in the screener, we have a fixed number of pair combinations. So screener is a closed system. So you cannot add any new pair of your own because we have set certain rules where we can pair only if it satisfies certain conditions. So this is a closed system. So if you have any pair which is not a part of the screener, you could let me know if it satisfies all the conditions, then I will add in the system itself. And there is a chart option here. I could just click on that and I could know the performance of each stock over a period of 1 year. So if everything is started at a 0%, right? So on a daily basis, if you see how much from that day the returns it has given in terms of the percentage return. So from here, if you see one of the stock has given almost like 85 to 90% returns over last 1 year. If you consider the last 19th May, if you have purchased something like 100 rupees worth of this, so that would have been like 180 today. Similarly, you will know by looking at this chart how the stocks are behaving. If you observe all the depending upon the market news or sectorial news, it has gone up. Again, they come down, gone up. But in between, you see a spike here. So this is like individual news of that particular company. So here if you see it went up. Here if you see sudden fall is there. Here if you see sudden rise. So these are individual stock news reactions. But if you see the overall sector is in a trend. Either they move down or they move up on an unison, right? So you can see the pattern here. Like this, you can see the pattern in almost all these sectors. It's not that one is going down and all other are going up, something like that. So there is a pattern here. So on a day-to-day basis, all the stocks are moving slowly upwards. Maybe some sectorial news all went up. Right. So, but here we can see which stock is outperforming, which is underperforming, which are like average kind of stocks. So here if you see Ultratech is outperforming, if we are taking the May 19th as the base price, right? Suppose if you see in the last 3 months, the Ultratech is underperforming and Shree Cement is further underperforming. The outperformer is Ambuja Cement. So depending upon the start date, we can see this is year to date. So it takes from Jan 1st onwards. So it is calculated. So if you look at this list here, it is displayed as P1 and P2. So P1 is the low price stock and P2 is the high price stock. And if you see the second PSD, PSD is the previous closing standard deviation or the Z-score. So instead of mentioning Z-score, we are mentioning it as the number of times of standard deviations. So Biocon and Lupin is like 2.71 standard deviation, Biocon and Sunfarm is like 2.61. So depending upon whether it is a positive standard deviation or it is a negative standard deviation, we will know which one is outperforming. If it is a positive, then Biocon here is underperforming. So if it is in the negative, that means Auro Pharma is underperforming and Sun Pharma is outperforming. So here we buy the Biocon and sell all the other ones. Here in this case, we buy Auro Pharma and sell Sun Pharma. If you just click at the pair details are displayed here. In the topmost section, the statistics of that pair is displayed. So these are the closing prices of the stocks. Wipro closed at 499.85 on 14th May. And these are the lot sizes. And if Infy is also closed at 1320.67 and lot size is 600. If you calculate the cash neutrality in the percentage terms, it is like 100.93, which is very good. And the correlation has come to 0.97, which is also very good. And if we do the standard deviation calculation, we get this. Based on that, if we are calculate the Z-score, now it is at the minus 2.75. Here are the closing price ratios. It has closed at 2.64. And the minimum price ratio is 2.57. Maximum at 3.64. And mean is 3.20. Based on closing price ratio, based on the mean price ratio and standard deviation, if we calculate what would be the price ratio at different standard deviation levels. So at 0 standard deviation, that means the mean, that would be 3.20. From the mean, if you go with 1 standard deviation, so it is 3.20, this is in minus, right? So we have to go the negative values. 3.20 minus 0.20, which would be 3. So the 1 standard deviation is 3 and the 2 standard deviation is from 3 you deduct again one more time 0.20, so which is like 2.80. Then the 3 standard deviation is 2.59. So these are the 3 different levels what we are going to track. One is the 3 standard deviation level, another is 2.7, another is the 2 standard deviation. Coming to the charts, the first chart will display the last 1 year performance in terms of percentage returns. So if we take 19th May, how each stock has performed. If you look at it, Wipro has given almost 170% returns in last 1 year, and Infy has also given around 110% of returns. But if you compare both of them, there is a huge difference in the performance. So it's like 70% of difference is there. If you look at the price distribution chart, the price distribution chart will tell us how the data is distributed. So as we have seen, if it is in the bell curved way, so we can say that the data is normally distributed. So when you calculate the mean, median and mode, all will be in the center. So if you see here, the mean is 3.20, that means this is 3.21. So which is here in this, that 3.20 to 3.27, right? So it is in this one. So the mean is at the center, the mode is also here, and the median is also somewhere here. So but in recent times it has expanded to the left side, but that would give us a good opportunity to enter. So if you look at the right hand side, the returns section, so it is telling us that on 10th it was at 3.23, then it went to 3.13, then it came below 3 standard deviation. So this was the entry day. So 12th was the entry day for the pair. So which, because it has closed below 3 standard deviation, so this was the entry day, and we would have been made little profit yesterday. I could look at the last 3 months distribution chart. If you see here, it is not at all in a bell curve form, but it's equally distributed over the price ratio of 2.57 to 3.5. So I could look at the 6 months also. In the last 6 months, it has skewed towards the left hand side, that is to the negative side. So if you look at the Z-score chart also, we will easily understand it has went below 3 standard deviation and it is just started coming towards the 2 standard deviation. So our entry was here, and we will book profit when it comes to 2 standard deviation. and I could look at last 2 years how it has moved. The price ratio chart will display on a day-to-day basis how the price ratio has moved, and the mean price ratio is also plotted here on this orange line. You see, as the price ratio is falling, the mean is also falling towards that price ratio. So if the price ratio stays below the mean for a longer period of time, so slowly the mean price ratio will catch up with the price ratio. And this is the correlation chart, which will display how the correlation has moved on a day-to-day basis. So this is 1 year, and I can look at the 2 years. See, if you see here, it has dropped to the negative also. That means if one stock was going up, the other stock was going down. So that kind of a relationship also this pair had earlier. So in the 5 years term, if you see, this is a pattern which is happening here. So it is going up and down. So we can presume that the correlation would slowly come down and may go towards the negative territory. Then the individual charts are displayed here. So how the pair has performed over last 1 year. I could expand that to 2 years, 5 years. The maximum itself is the 5 years one. So only 5 years data is displayed. 3 months I can see. And I can convert this into a candle chart kind of a thing. So that can also be done. This is the second stock, and this is the 30-day EMA. And also we have seen the concept of the fair value. So the fair values we calculate by taking one as the static variable, and we estimate the value of the second one. If Wipro is at 500 rupees, what would be the price of Infy? So if we calculate that, it should have been at 1484, but right now it is at 1320. So there is an underperformance of Infosys by 164 rupees in terms of its own price, right? So we can easily estimate what is the difference between this in terms of amount. So we just multiply 164 with 600. So we will get exactly what is the difference in terms of rupees of this gap. So that we see in this chart. So on a day-to-day basis, if we calculate what is the fair value difference, we will know that. See, previously also it has gone to 180 and it has turned back. See, now here also it has come to 180 and it has turned back. So here tells us what is the level. Here it's like 90 level here on the positive side, and the negative level it goes to that 90 and then it goes to the 180 level. So a clear indication that there are two different levels we have to track. One is the 90 and one is the 180. Similarly, if you convert this into a z-score chart, it will also tell us, see here, even though it is at 90, it has come to 3 standard deviations, right? So here it is 90, but it has come to 2 standard deviations. Here it is at 180, it has come below 3 standard deviations. So this fair value z-score also gives us a second opinion kind of a thing, where it will confirm us that the signal is there, or there is a possibility of a good entry point here. 95% of the time both these z-score charts will mimic, but only the positioning is different. Here there is a divergence here it is at -3 and here it is at the positive side. So sometimes the divergence will happen. So when you are looking to trade, you have to look at both the charts and see if there is any divergence. Coming to the past trade section, the past trade section gives us a lot of information. 3 different entry points are defined here. One is the 3 standard deviation, another is 2.7, and another is 2 standard deviation. And exit criteria are also defined differently. One is if you are entering at 3 and exiting at 10,000 profit by the end of the day, not on the same day, but in the coming days, whenever a 10,000 profit is generated, we are exiting. Similarly, we are looking for a 10% profit, or we are looking for the full 1 standard deviation as the target. Similarly, for 2.7, 4 different combinations. Here the 2 combinations are same, but the stop loss is used in one combination and the stop loss is not at all used in the other combination. So the only stop loss here is the 60-day holding period. So if a pair goes beyond 60 days, we are just exiting that trade. So all the 4 combinations are displayed for 2SD also. And we know that how many times this pair has come to that level, to 3 standard deviations. And if we have taken that trade, whether any stop losses were hit and what kind of profit it has generated, what could be the average profit, or how many days it has taken to hit the target. So if you see here, there are three opportunities which were available at 2.7, and it will say in 2013, 2013-12 and 2017. So if you see, in last 5 years it has never came to 2.7, and now it is quoting at 2.75. And if we expand, we'll know how the pair has performed. Here if you see, there is an asterisk mark, that means there is an active trade which is running here. So on 12th May, a trade happened here because we have seen that it has closed below 3 standard deviation. So suppose if you have taken the trade on the second, you would have been in this 8,800 M2M positive. I can just expand this and I will know how the pair has performed. So on 12th we have taken, so on 14th, and what was the standard deviation when we entered, and what is the current standard deviation, and what is the price ratio, and what is the profit. So, and another information what we get from the table is which pair is good at what level. For example, visually also, if you see here, we can know that, okay, if the pair comes to 3 standard deviation, I can enter this trade, I can take the trade. At 2.7 also, I can initiate the trade here. But at 2 standard deviation, this pair gives mixed results. So I may have to hold for a longer period of the time, and the drawdown is also still on a higher side, and returns are also not great in this combination. So this table gives us information that at what level the pair is good, and also what could be the exit strategy also, whether it's good to exit at 10,000 or it's good to wait for some higher targets. You can easily by looking at this table. So this end of the day EOD section will tell us how the pair has moved over a period of time. If we go to the dashboard, see the dashboard gives us all the same calculations but on a live data. That means it is calculating the standard deviation, it is calculating the price ratio, calculating the z-score, it's calculating everything on the latest data available. See, when we are calculating at the EOD, we are taking the data of the EOD. We are taking the live data, last 1 minute data, and calculating. See, the watch list will display the pairs which are above 0.7 correlation and which are above 1 standard deviation. All the pair combinations are displayed which are satisfying that condition. So in this, here instead of B1 and B2, we are displaying buy and sell directly. So there won't be any confusion to the user which one to buy and which one to sell. So it is Infi is buy here and Wipro is sell. HCL Tech is buy and Wipro is sell. And so something you are seeing here 3 and 2, some different value here, there is no number displayed. That means if number is not displayed, it is like a 1:1 ratio. That means one lot of Infi need to buy and one lot of Wipro we need to sell. Here in this case, HCL Tech 3 means we need to buy 3 lots of HCL Tech and we need to sell 2 lots of Wipro. Because when you're calculating the cash neutrality, it is not in this 75 to 125 range. So to bring that into our range, we need to add some lots. So after considering the 3:2, then we get the cash neutrality to as 83%, which is okay. And the first column displays the margin, how much margin is required for taking this pair, and correlation, the second column. If you see here, one is displayed in the red because it is just below the 75 level. That means in future days it may come below 0.70, which we are not going to take those trades. So here also PNB SBI is at 0.3. So it is like near the threshold of 0.7. Cash neutrality, after the adjustment it is displayed, and PSD is the previous standard deviation or the previous day's closing standard deviation. So that would be the EOD standard deviation, and LSD is the live standard deviation which we calculate at that particular moment and we are displaying here. So by this we will know that from yesterday it's like 2.76, now it is at 2.81. That means it has come down compared to previous day. As we have seen, previous day it was like 2.90, then it closed at 2.61. So this indicates that whether the gap between the stocks are increasing or decreasing. PPR is the previous closing price ratio, LPR is the live price ratio. So these are static values. So this and this would be static. L is the live. So wherever you see L, that would be the live calculations are happening. So LPR is the live price ratio. And if you see a green box here, that means the price ratio is quoting at the 52-week high or low. So if I click on this, so here if you see 52-week low was this much, and this is the live price ratio which is it quoting. So but this is on a Friday live market, right? So maybe on Thursday it would have been less than that, so that's why it is showing this one. So this is a 52-week high or a low price ratio. This one also 52-week high or low. Like that we will know that if any pair is making new high or low. Then the fair value difference is displayed, and fair value standard deviations are also displayed here. Now I can click on this and sort it on the live fair value difference. So if you see couple of pairs are above 3 or around 3, so it's like HDFC Life and SBI Life is at 3.2. But here if you see the live HD itself is 1 standard deviation, because this pair will not go to 3 standard deviations on a regular basis. It would be moving in this like 1 to 2 kind of a range. But the fair value is more sensitive to the current prices. So this will move from 3 to 1 quickly, rather Z-score of this will move slowly. Similarly, TCS and Wipro fair value at 3 ASD. If both are at about 3, then both are giving a similar kind of a signal. So there is an option to see only the rated ones. I just click on this rated, so only the rated ones are displayed. I will switch back to the sorting on live SD. And there are 3 different levels are displayed here. One is the 2 standard deviation, and there is 2.7 and 3 standard deviation. So as we have seen, when you click on this pair, we are seeing these 3 levels, right? One is the 1 SD level, 2 SD level, 2.7 and 3. But for our entry, we require 3, 2.7 and 2. So these 3 values are displayed here. These 3 values are displayed here. The next column displays the M2M profit or loss from the previous day's closing. So it is like from Thursday to Friday, at that moment in the market hours, it will be displayed. So these values would be changing on every minute basis, because the page is refreshed every 1 minute. So the values would be changing. But you could track in market hours how the M2M has moved, how the price ratio has moved, how the Z-score has moved. So this displays the intraday price ratio chart. So how the individual prices have moved the whole day, and what is the price ratio and what is the M2M. I could use the search symbol also. I could see SBI. I will see all the pair combination, how it has moved and all. So that way I know in this SBI which one is outperforming, which one is underperforming. Now coming to the notification section. Notification section displays any pair which is crossing the significant level. So the significant levels are these levels: 1 SD, 1.7 SD, 2 SD, then 2.7 and 3 SD. So these 5 levels are significant levels. So here 2 SD is already taken, so that 2 SD is also displayed here. So in fact, this is also important. So if any price is coming below this, then this would be treated as an entry. If anything is coming below this, then it will be treated as exit. So that those are the exit levels, right? So anything which is going above these levels, then this would be treated as watching. Okay, so in these three levels, if anything is going above 2 or 2.7 or 3, we treat it as watching. Anything which is coming below these levels, we treat it as entry. Anything which is crossing this, coming below this, we treat it as exits. So here if you see, it is showing as entry because previous day it was like 2.13. Now it has come below 2 standard deviation, so it is showing as entry. Here also it was like 2.06. Now it is at 1.78. We are taking that as an entry. If it was like reverse, then it would have shown watching. Here it is a 2 SD entry. So whether we have to take the 2 SD entry, it depends upon your profile. So if you are trading anything which is above 35 to 40 lakhs, then you could try out with the 2SD trades also. But if you're trading anything in which is less than that, then you have to look for only pairs which are coming below 2.7 and 3 standard deviation. And there would be an indication of a safe trade here in a blue color. So if that indication is there, that means you can confidently take, because on previous occasions at that standard deviation level, that pair has given good returns. So that's why the pair has been given a rating, as well as a safe trade information is also given. This section will be refreshed every 1 minute, so you will get the notification. Suppose you have traded HCL Tech Infi is there, or IGL you want to trade. So I could use the position section for adding a position. So I could just click on this and I will say IGL and GAIL. IGL, GAIL means I have to go with GAIL and IGL. GAIL and IGL, if I select, automatically the lot sizes are displayed here, 2:3. If you do that 2:3, the cash neutrality will become 113. If I go back to the 1:1, it says it is just around 75.35. So which we need to adjust. So that's why the 3:2 is taken. Now I could do this adjustment in cash market also. So I'll say, it says that you further require 2.3 lakhs to do it 100%. So what I'll do is, I can either buy IGL shares or I can buy the GAIL shares. So if I buy the IGL shares, I just click on the set button, so that 450 is filled here. So now both the sides investment is become same. So it is 100%. Now I could do the other way. I could buy the GAIL. So instead of 9 lakhs, both will become the 7 lakhs. So earlier it is like future lot is 6,100. We have bought 1,500. So the net effect would be 4,597. And there is another third option also. We could do invest on both sides. I can just say set here. So 50% of the amount is invested here, 50% is invested here. So the cash neutrality still becomes 100. So depending upon the market conditions, you could go with the 3 kinds of combinations. So if you are confident in this pair, it is giving good setup. So you could go with increasing it to 9 lakhs 37. If the setup is not good, or you are probably not confident in this pair, so you could do it the other way. That is, you could reduce this 9 lakhs 33 into 7 lakhs. That way also you can do. Here, the entry prices are displayed here at that moment. So in the live market, when you click on this, it will get you the future rates at that particular point of time. Right now, it is getting me the AO prices. So for example, if I have entered this, I have shorted maybe at 3 o'clock. I might have shorted this at 154. And this one bought it at, for example, 510. I have to set the lot sizes, right? So I'll do this and say submit. So if you see, I have increased the IGL lot sizes, right? So the Thursday to Friday closing, it has moved to 37,500 based on the quantity. And I would have made 8,834 profit, because I have made 5,000 on this one and 3,000 on this. And I could use the profit criteria, like I could put an amount or a percentage, I could do that. So I'll say amount. Right now it is 8,834. I would like to book it at 20,000. So similarly, for stop loss also, I could use an amount. So I'll say my stop loss is minus 5,000. Or else I would like to use a trailing stop loss. So I'll say, okay, already I made 8,000. So I'll put it 2,000 as a stop loss and say update. Now what happens? The profit and stop loss both are set. Now in the live market, every 1 minute the conditions are checked. If it goes beyond 20,000, then it will turn into a green color, and you will get a notification at the top in a pink color box. You will get that, okay, your target has hit at so and so prices. When GAIL was at so and so price and IGL was at so and so price, your target crossed this 20,000 mark. If it goes below 2,000, it will display that stop loss has hit. Now, based on this, you could exit your trade in your terminal. There is a settings here. So right now, I have set everything so that all notifications are displayed. For example, I'm asking it to show the 2SD entries also. So as these two are 2SD entries, those are also shown here. So if I remove this 2SD, say update, see here, no notifications are displayed here, because I said that don't display trades which are coming below 2 standard deviations, right? So if I click here, it will display the two standard. Similarly, show unrated pairs entry. If I say, okay, don't show me unrated pairs. I want to see only pairs which are rated. So only those pairs only will be displayed here. Similarly, see, even though the pair came below 2 standard deviation, because those pairs were unrated, that was not shown. If I say show me that, then also all the pairs will be shown. Show pairs exit also, unrated pairs. See, if I am not interested in unrated pairs, then I don't want to see exits also. So I don't want to see that. Similarly, margin per trade. For example, you have 20 lakhs margin. At a time, you can invest only 10 lakhs on each pair, or maybe 8 lakhs. So I will say 8 lakhs only. I could invest maximum is 8 lakhs. So I just say update. Now if you see here, only one pair is displayed here. Earlier 2 pairs were displayed, right? But now it's 1 pair only, because we said that 8 lakhs is the maximum margin I have. So I could take only that one. Suppose I change it to 18 lakhs and say update. So the other pair is also displayed, because it is like 12 lakhs margin is required. So that is also displayed. So based on your settings, the notifications are displayed. Similarly, in the watch list section, by default 0.07 above are displayed. Now suppose someone says, I don't want to do anything which is below 8. So you can set it. I want anything which is above this one. So I say update. So some pairs which are below that level will not be displayed. Some pairs would have skipped here, because those are below 0.8 range. Here correlation all will be above 80. So someone would say, I want to initiate only anything which is above 90. So only the correlation which is above 90s are displayed here. So everything is based on your setting. So I could define, okay, I have only budget of 5 lakhs. I don't want to see anything which is above 5 lakhs. Right. So I just say update. So pairs which are above 5 lakhs only are displayed here. Okay. Similarly, you want to add buffer funds for margin, because we use certain buffer funds. So I want to add, then only it should give. So I'll say I will add 25%. Say update. So some of the pairs, yeah, if you see here, if you add 25%, some of them are crossing the 5 lakhs limit here. So it will calculate on the original margin, then it is added here. So the original margin is 3.38 and the buffer margin is 84,000 you need to have. So those are the settings. Coming to the current trade sections, current trade section will display what are the running trades which are happening. So for example, if you say, are there any new trades entered on 14th May? No. So there were no new trades, because if you see here, only 2 pairs which came below 2 standard deviations, but here they are not a rated pair. So in the current trades, only the rated pairs are displayed. So there were no new trades, and the one trade was closed here. What was the criteria? What is entry at 2 standard deviation, exit at 10,000 with a stop loss. This pair, Cipla and Glenmark, which it took 2 days itself, like 12th May we have entered and we have booked 21,000 profit. Even though the target is 10,000, but we booked 21 because by the end of the day, that much profit has been generated. Okay, so here if you see Cipla Glenmark is a gold rated, which it gave an entry on 12th, and right now if you are holding that, you would have already made 21,000. Now if you see here, InfiWipro, their entry came the same 12th day, so that was profit. And Bank Nifty ICICI came 14 days back on 30th April, and it is right now at 10,400 negative. So I can just expand in 14 days what happened. So you'll say, see, these 14 days are the normal days, not trading days. So in between there would be holidays. For example, here first and second are holidays. So on 30th we got entry, and since then it has been in the negative only. One day it recovered, the next day again it back. So we can know, okay, we have entered at 2.61, that means below 2.7. That's why this is 2.7 entry. Yeah, so it came below 2.55 once. Now it is at 2.62, which is almost at entry level, but still you are making loss because the mean move towards the price ratio. So that's why even though the standard deviation is same, the price ratio is different here. See, at 54.54, it was like 2.61. Now it is at 53.84, which has fallen 0.7 basis points. So still it is at the same standard deviation. Coming to the past trades section, it will display what are the trades which have happened here. Here, if you see, it is like Jan 20, 2000. So I could change it to January 1st and say view. From January 1st year to date, how many trades have happened? So 6 opportunities, here 14 opportunities, 13 opportunities. If you have taken all of those opportunities, how much profit you would have made? What is the average profit? That all we will know here. And there are multiple options here. I could say, for example, I have margin per trade. I want to put it as 5 lakhs per margin and say done and say view. Here, if you see here, all are rated pairs, right? Only rated pairs we are taking. So and just say view. So you'll say if you have less than 5 lakhs also, you would have made at least a lakh here, a 35,000 here. So almost you would have done like 6 trades, 4 plus 2, 6 trades, and you would have made at least 1.5 lakh profit here, or maybe 20,000 per trade is the average profit you would have made. So 20 into 6, so 1.2 lakhs minimum profit you would have made if you have taken these trades. That means, so almost like here this is like 4.5 months. So almost 1.5 trade per month you are getting if you are doing with a 5 lakh budget per trade. Okay, maybe some concurrent trades would have happened, so that we have to see. So for example, here February 2nd, you would have got 2 opportunities. If you had only 5 lakhs, you would have taken only one of them, so you would have missed that trade. Similarly, if you see, for example, you have taken this 5th, you have booked, entered at 17th, 12th, you have booked, but in this period this trade would have come 4th March, you would have missed this trade. Right. Again, similarly, after 12th March, you got at 30th April. Here also, if you see, this is a new trade, 1st March. So this is also same, 1st March to. So if we are trading with only 5 lakhs, then you would have missed at least 2 to 3 trades here. So that's why if you need a little higher margin for paid trading, so that you could take whatever opportunities are coming, you could take. In certain period of time, maybe 1.5 month, you will not have even one single trade because the market might be at a mature levels. All the pairs are quoting at their mean. So ideally, if you have anything above 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs, then that is good because right now the margins have gone up tremendously. So to hold at least 3 to 4 pairs, you require like 15 to 20 lakhs in your account so that you could manage your trades. In the My Trade section, we will know whatever trades we have traded, we have booked, that will be displayed here. The next is the basis. Basis is nothing but the price difference between the future and the cash market. For example, National Aluminium in the cash market is quoting at 71.25 and in the futures market is quoting at 71.6. So there is a 35 basis difference in terms of percentage lot size. If you have this kind of a margin available in your account, so if it is idle, you could simply earn this much amount without any risk because by the end of the expiry, both values will be same. So you would make so much money. And the next one is the spreads. Spreads is the price difference between the current month contract and the next month contract. It's also called as the calendar spreads. If you see National Aluminium, there is a price difference here. So if you are buying this and selling this, you would make this money if both the prices come. But the chances of that happening is very less because on a day-to-day basis, the gap would be coming down. But whether the whole gap will be filled or not, it will depend on the demand and supply of the individual future contracts. So the margin required for this would be very less because we are like totally hedged kind of a position. So the margin requirement would be very, very less. But manually doing this might be very difficult because the algos have come into the market. If you have doubt in any full forms, you can just click on this full form section and it will display the full forms of all the abbreviations which are given. That concludes this screener demo.